Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shaylee. I am the owner, operator, maker behind Hens-n-Chicks Fiber Arts. You can find me on Instagram where I'm most active. I do have a Facebook group as well, or a page, but I'm most active on Instagram. So I just put my little guy down for a nap, so we are going to try and record an episode and get it up to you guys so you're able to watch it and enjoy it. I am in a new setting, so we'll see how this goes. This might be the ultimate setting. We'll see. It may change. We'll see. So what are you watching? This is a channel dedicated to the fiber arts. So whether it be spinning, weaving, crocheting, knitting, dyeing yarn, all the above. You'll never know what you're going to find on the channel. It just changes from episode to episode, whatever I desire to work on. But yes, it's mainly dedicated to the fiber art. So working with wool and alpaca, any type of fiber contents. So on this channel, I will show finished objects that I have recently finished. I will talk about things that I'm working on, yarns that I may have dyed recently, and talk about a little bit of shop news, but mainly just talk about what I've been working on. So if you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. And I have noticed a jump in some new subscribers, so welcome if this is your first time watching my channel. And I hope you enjoy the content that I put out. I do not have a regular schedule of when I put videos out. It's just kind of whenever I have the opportunity. And today just kind of seemed like a good one. I had my face done up for church, so that's beneficial for you guys. As we like to call it, painting the barn. If the barn needs painting, go ahead and paint it. Anyways, I digress. Let's get into this episode. So let's start with finished objects, and I'll talk about this one first. So I did not weave the ends in this yet, but this was some of my art yarn that I spun. And I just crocheted, or no, sorry, I did not crochet it, I knit it into a cowl. I just cast on, I think, 40 some stitches, and I just did a knit row, purl row, knit row, purl row, and I think it turned out pretty cool. This was some fiber that I got from Michigan Fiber Festival this past August. It was actually from a lady in my guild. She, made the art bat, and then I spun it into art yarn and knit it up. So I think that turned out pretty cute. I never really know what to do with some of my art yarns, but I do have an exciting project that I have been working on this past week that I will be showing closer to the start of December because it is a holiday related project. Fuzzy in the nose, sorry about that. All right, let's move on. This was kind of a prototype, if you will. So this was done on one of my flatbed knitting machines. I punched the pattern on a card. It was done on a standard bed knitting machine. And it's a prototype because the machine actually wasn't patterning like it should. So that's something I'm working on with that machine. But this is a cowl. And I love doing Fair Isle on my knitting machine, but I don't like to see the floats. So I did it in such a way that I just knit it wide enough that I could fold it upon itself, and then I could chinood in the round as well. So that's, but I love the width of it, and I like the length of it. So that's what I want to keep with this. But again, you couldn't really see the patterning very well because of my yarn choices. I thought it would show up way more than it did. So I did take notes on how many needles I cast on, so I can repeat the length and width of it, but it still needs a little bit of tweaking. I have not washed or blacked this yet, but it's still pretty fun. This next finished object is one that I did a mystery knittle on, and this was the Mountain Muse, I believe it was called, and it was a wrap. I'll put the name of it and the designer of the wrap down below. I still need to wash and block it and weave in my ends. Well, I kind of did the weave in Steven method, so a lot of the ends are woven in, but I still need to trim them and yeah, take care of them. So this is basically all my hand-dyed yarn. I tried to use up stash so I wouldn't have to purchase a bunch of yarn. The only yarn that's not mine is, let's see how you'll be able to see it. In this pattern, it's this dark yarn right here. That's not mine. That was the main color that I used throughout the wrap. But otherwise, the rest is all my own hand-dyed yarn. And it's definitely brighter than what I was thinking it would turn out to be. But, I mean, it's still pretty. I mean, I like it. It's big. I like the size of it. The size is really nice. So that's a nice wrap to be able to wrap myself up in. And it was fun to do the mystery knit along with a bunch of other people. So that is a finished object. And you need to go check it out because other people's colors that they chose were so pretty. Like more neutrals, and they flowed together, and mine flows together, but I would have chosen different colors after the fact. So I did sorry, I got fuzzies I think from that hand spun cowl. I did a little Instagram reel of this project, but I haven't shown it on a channel yet. But so this fabric was made on my flatbed knitting machine. It was just a swatch. I was like, what am I going to do with this? I was trying to finish up languishing WIPS and projects. So this swatch was just in my craft room, and I was like, I need to do something with that. So I just made this cute little pumpkin. I filled it with wool scraps that I had laying around, and then I had felted the material that the leaves are made out of, and just put some lace on it and some buttons. And I love it so much. I think it's so cute. I could have probably done a better job of the little lines, but whatever. I love it. It's on my little table out here in my back room. So there's that. So, oh, one more. This back here. Yeah, we'll just take it right off. Okay, so this is, again, ends are not woven in, but you won't judge me, right? So this is the Of the Moon shawl, I guess you would call it. I think it turned out a little smaller than I thought, but it's still beautiful. This one is washed and blacked. It smells amazing. I use Soak Celebration scent, so it smells really good. I think it turned out really pretty. The fade of the colors. This is actually some Handspun that I bought from another spinner. And let me find her tag. Yeah. So, oh, is that backwards? I don't know. I'm sorry if it is. So I bought this Handspun of hers. It is Cheviot, and it was a sport DK weight. She is located in Utah, and she spun it during Tour de Fleece. And yeah, but it was just beautiful. So the way that you get the color like this if you're not a spinner is to do what's called a chain ply. So you basically spin the braid how you would like it, like the color transition. And then by doing that chain ply, it's going to keep those colors together instead of separating them. So that's how you get that nice variation of color. So yeah, that turned out beautiful. That's going to be going in my shop sometime soon. I have a couple shows that I'm a part of in December. I have my guild sale and I have another sale at a high school, a local high school, Rockford High School to be specific. So this will be going in my shop to be sold, but it turned out great. Okay, let's see. So now let's move on to what I am currently working on. So this, I'm going to have the name of the pattern down below because I'm probably going to mispronounce it. But I'm doing a knit-along for this pattern. It is a hood, and I liked the pattern because sometimes I don't want to wear a hat. I don't want to wear a headband. So I thought doing this hood would be nice because then it doesn't mess up your hair sometimes. So bear with me. So I still have some to go. And I did change the ribbon. I did a 2x2 ribbon. It was supposed to be 1x1. Now I did 2x2. So I still have a few inches to go, but it's gonna obviously come up, kind of do like a decrease. And yeah, it's coming out good. And then it's gonna have like a drawstring It's gonna have trim around it, but it's coming along. And I think the knit-along goes until, I think I said January 1st. And you can win prizes if you decide you want to join me and knit one of those. But yeah, it's coming along. So I'm holding 2 yarns double. So I have a Handspun and then some mohair. And I'll talk about the Handspun because again, it's not mine. But this is how it's knitting up. Isn't that fun? So cool. I like that pink stripe right there. Little pop of color. So yeah, that's turning out good. So the Handspun yarn, again, is from this maker. And the fiber content is Jacob. And it was 370 yards per 122 grams, and it was a sport DK weight yarn. And again, she spun it during Tour de Fleece of this year. So that's pretty fun. Like I said, I think I have about 2 inches, and then I can start the decreases and then do the trim around the outside and do the I-cord. So that should get finished fairly soon. Another thing that I am currently working on, so this is some of my Handspun, and this was October's Nest Fiber subscription braid, and I just instantly wanted to spin it up, but I'm struggling with what to make with it. I think I am going to I want to try and do 2 at a time socks. I had cast on for a hat, and I just don't wear hats. And I definitely think I want it to be something for me because I will appreciate it. So I think I want to try 2 at a time toe up socks and see how that goes. So we'll see. So that was a finished Handspun. On to my next WIP. So every year I make my son a Christmas sweater, and I need to do an episode where I show you guys all the sweaters that I've made them so far, because there's some pretty cute ones. And it might give you a good idea of a sweater that you want to knit for a little one in your life. So this one that I chose to do this year is called the Grove sweater. And it is all moss stitch. And this will become a collar here. So there's a pervial cast on. That will be a collar. And then there's actually going to be a little zipper here. And then there's actually little leather patches that will go here and one on the elbow. I think I have like 2 inches to go on this. And then I can do an inch of ribbing and then do the sleeves. The all over patterning has been taking some time, but I'm still enjoying it. And I'm thankful that it is for a little, because I would not want to do this on an adult size sweater. There is a mistake, and we will not look at this any longer. It's probably going to drive me crazy that I made the mistake, but I'm trying not to focus on it too much. I am using Heartland Lion Brand yarn, and this is in the color look at it right there. Yeah, it's a really pretty blue color. It is 100% acrylic, and I'm not loving the feel of it to myself because I am used to knitting with wool. And I should have just knitted something in wool because I know how to wash wool and everything. But it is a nice yarn. I mean, for making a project for someone who doesn't know how to wash wool, it'd be really good. Sorry guys, that's gross. There was a fuzzy. It's a nice yarn. But yeah, I wish I would have knitted something out of wool like I have in the past. But anyways, that's coming along. Enjoying it. It's a cute knit, and it will be cute when it's finished. So I wanted to keep this kind of short because life, and yeah, like I know everybody's kind of busy. So I do have just a couple things to talk about with my shop. So if you were just here for the knitting, thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a blessed day and take care of yourself. And yeah, we'll see you next time. So if you are still here and want to see some shop stuff, I just have a few skeins of yarn that I recently dyed and put in the shop. This one was super hard to photograph. Very bright pinky colors, orangey colors. It's bright. So if you like bright, this would be for you. And that is, I believe, a DK weight. I also have this one. I believe I called this one Candy Apple, maybe, or Caramel Apple in the shop. I think I have maybe 2 of these available. So that one's really pretty. I have 2 of these available. This is a BF and Silk blend. I believe it's a DK weight. Yep, there's 2 of those available in the shop. And then this is this year's sock set, holiday set. So it's a very, I was going for tropical vibes, very beachy vibes. You got some oranges and some tans and browns and yellows. And then you're also going to get this cute little pineapple stitch marker with it. That's pretty fun. So yeah, so I just wanted to show you those and what I've been working on. With the sock set, there are 2 misfits oopses. There's a couple speckles of a red color, very small, that ended up on the tan. And so you just have to like cut your yarn and then reattach the yarn past that spot where the speckle is to be able to use it. But there are 2 of those that are the misfit oopses, if interested. But Otherwise, there's 3 sets that are not oopses, if you will. I didn't really know what to call them because they're still beautiful. They'd still work out great, but yeah. So that's that. All right. Hope you guys are doing well, and I will catch you later. Bye.